Have you been cutting carbs, skipping meals, or sticking to that fasting window like a pro only to find the scale frozen in place? If so, you're not alone. A lot of people, especially over 60, dive into keto or intermittent fasting with high hopes. In the beginning, everything seems to click. The weight starts falling off. You feel unstoppable. But then out of nowhere, everything just stalls. The progress flatlines. And not only that, you start feeling more tired, weaker, maybe even hungrier than before. So, what's going on? Here's the truth most people never hear. It's not that fasting has failed. It's that your body has caught on and it's adapted. That's where the breakthrough protein strategy I'm about to share can flip the switch back on. I'm Dr. Pradip Jamnadas, and I'm here to expose the one mistake nearly everyone makes with protein, one that can quietly sabotage your results and even hurt your health if left unchecked. But don't worry, in the next few minutes, I'll walk you through how to fix that mistake, restart your fat-burning engine, and do it all safely. If you've ever felt stuck, like your body isn't responding anymore, stick with me. Drop a comment below to tell me where you're tuning in from and hit that like and subscribe button. You're going to want to follow along with what's coming next. Let's dig beneath the surface and explore what's really happening inside your body when your progress comes to a screeching halt. Because to truly understand the solution, we first need to understand the trap, the adaptation trap. Think back to those early days of keto or fasting. You probably felt unstoppable, maybe even euphoric. The pounds seemed to vanish almost overnight. But here's the thing. That dramatic initial drop isn't fat loss, it's water. You see, your body stores carbohydrates as glycogen, mostly in the liver and muscles. And for every gram of glycogen, your body holds on to about 3 or 4 grams of water. So when you suddenly cut carbs or start fasting, your body uses up its glycogen reserves for energy. And as it does, all that water attached to it gets flushed out. That's why in the first week or two, you might drop 5, 6, maybe even 10 pounds. But that weight isn't fat, it's just water leaving your system. And while that early progress feels great, it sets a false expectation. Because soon after, the real challenge begins. That's when your body, this brilliant survival machine built through centuries of feast and famine, starts to get wise to what's going on. It notices the consistent calorie deficit and begins to interpret it as a threat. It doesn't know you're fasting to be healthy. It thinks you're starving. And when it senses that energy is in short supply, it shifts gears. It adapts. That's where something called adaptive thermogenesis comes in. Your metabolism starts to slow down. It's a defense strategy, a way of conserving energy. Your thyroid might ease off hormone production. Your body temperature might drop slightly. You may even notice you feel a bit colder than usual. These subtle shifts are signs that your body is trying to make do with less fuel. It's burning fewer calories every day, even if you haven't changed your eating pattern. That's the plateau. It's not your fault. It's not a lack of effort. It's biology. It's your body doing what it's programmed to do, protect itself. And this is where things start to get risky, especially if you're over 60. Because once your metabolism slows, your body starts looking for other sources of fuel. And if it can't get enough protein from your diet, it starts pulling it from somewhere else, your own muscle. When your body doesn't get enough protein through food, especially during fasting or low-calorie eating, it doesn't hesitate. It taps into your muscle tissue to get what it needs. This process is called catabolism. And while it might not sound alarming at first, the consequences are serious. Your muscle mass is one of the most important assets you have. It's more than just strength or appearance. It's your metabolic engine. The more lean muscle you have, the more calories your body burns around the clock. even when you're just sitting or sleeping. Think of muscle as your body's internal furnace. Shrink that furnace, and your ability to burn energy drops dramatically. So when your body breaks down muscle for fuel, it's like downsizing your engine. You're left burning fewer calories even though you're still following your diet or fasting routine. That means you have to eat even less just to maintain your weight, and losing more becomes incredibly difficult. This is especially true as we get older. It's why so many people feel like their body is working against them. But it's not betrayal, it's biology. And it becomes a huge problem when muscle loss accelerates with age. This condition even has a name, sarcopenia. It's the natural age-related loss of muscle mass and strength. But when you layer in an unbalanced fasting or keto diet, it speeds up the process. That's not a longevity plan. It's a fast track to aging faster. Losing muscle doesn't just make you feel weaker. It affects everything. Your balance, your posture, your ability to carry groceries, climb stairs, or get out of a chair. Over time, it raises your risk of falls, injuries, and long-term disability. You're not just losing weight, you're losing independence. You're losing vitality. And as if that weren't enough, there's another hidden danger quietly making things worse. Cortisol. When your body feels like it's under threat, low on fuel, low on protein, it releases cortisol, your main stress hormone. Cortisol is designed to help in emergencies. It mobilizes energy quickly when you need it, but chronically elevated cortisol, the kind that happens when your body is in a state of constant stress from undereating or muscle breakdown, has a dark side. It tells your body to store fat, especially around your midsection. That's right. The more cortisol in your system, the more likely your body is to hold on to or accumulate visceral fat, the dangerous type that wraps around your organs and fuels inflammation. So let's think about the pattern we're seeing. You fast longer, eat less, and maybe even see a few more pounds drop. But your body responds by breaking down muscle, ramping up cortisol, and storing more fat. Not just any fat belly fat, the kind that drives conditions like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and other chronic illnesses. Here's the cruel twist. You may look thinner, and the scale may even go down, but your body composition is getting worse. Less muscle, more fat. That's what we call becoming skinny fat. And it's a dangerous place to be. Your metabolism slows, your strength disappears, and the health risks climb, all from doing fasting or keto the wrong way. So where do we go from here? First, we need to fully grasp just how dangerous this biological trap is, not just for your weight loss journey, but for your long-term health. Because this isn't just a plateau. This is your body sounding the alarm. And if we don't address the underlying issues, especially muscle loss, we're not just stalling, we're heading in the wrong direction. Let's zoom in on what makes this so deceptive. The most dangerous part of this entire process is how silently it unfolds. You step on the scale, and the number's going down. It looks like everything is working, but inside your body, something else is happening, something your eyes can't see. It's not just your biceps or legs losing mass. Your body doesn't pick and choose. When it's starved for amino acids, it pulls from any available muscle tissue, including the smooth muscles that line your digestive tract. This can slow down digestion, leading to bloating or discomfort. It even affects the diaphragm, the muscle you use to breathe, potentially making breathing shallower over time. And most critically, it affects your heart. Your heart is a muscle, arguably the most important one in your body. It contracts non-stop to keep you alive. When you're not getting enough quality protein, your heart doesn't get the amino acids it needs to repair and stay strong. Over time, this weakens the heart's function. This is why many older adults who fast improperly report deep fatigue that no amount of coffee can fix. They feel dizzy when standing up. Their recovery after simple activities like walking the dog or climbing stairs takes longer. They get sick more often because their immune system can't keep up. And what is the immune system made from? Proteins, amino acids. Without enough, the body can't make antibodies or immune cells efficiently. These aren't signs that your plan is working. They are red flags, your body's way of crying out for help. And unfortunately, this is where many people make a well-meaning but misguided move. Sensing that something is off, they try to fix it with what's known as a protein refeed. It sounds like a good idea, right? After a long fast, say 18 or 20 hours, they sit down to a massive protein-packed meal. Maybe it's a giant steak or a couple of big chicken breasts. Or they chug a huge protein shake with 50 or 60 grams of protein, thinking they're refueling their system and making up for lost nutrients. But this well-intentioned strategy often backfires spectacularly, especially in older adults. Here's why. First, let's talk about your kidneys. They're your body's filtration system. And protein digestion creates byproducts, primarily urea, that your kidneys need to filter out. When you dump a massive amount of protein into your system all at once, it's like asking a quiet neighborhood post office to suddenly process an entire city's holiday mail. It's overwhelming. If your kidneys are healthy, they might manage it once in a while. But doing it regularly, that's a long-term stressor that can start to wear down even a healthy system. Second, and this is something that catches nearly everyone off guard, large protein doses cause a surprising insulin spike. While protein doesn't raise blood sugar like carbs, some of the amino acids in protein, especially in large amounts, are insulinogenic. They stimulate insulin release from the pancreas. And what does insulin do? It's a storage hormone. Its job is to shut down fat burning and shuttle nutrients into storage. So now imagine this. You've just completed an 18-hour fast. Your body is primed to burn fat. But then you hit it with a giant surge of protein, triggering a sharp insulin release. Just like that, your fat-burning window snaps shut. It's like flipping a light switch. That metabolic state you worked so hard to create gone. And finally, your digestive system isn't ready for that kind of load either. After hours of rest, suddenly flooding it with heavy protein can lead to bloating, indigestion, gas, and an overall feeling of sluggishness. Instead of feeling refreshed and energized, you feel weighed down, uncomfortable, maybe even a little nauseous. That's not how you should feel after breaking a fast. It's not a sign of nourishment. It's a sign of overload. So what's the answer? The answer lies not in extremes, but in balance. The real secret to making fasting or keto effective, again, especially for anyone over 60, isn't about eating more or less. It's about timing, quality, and precision. It's about giving your body what it needs at the right moment in the right amount. And that brings us to the foundation of this strategy, the first meal of the day, the one that breaks your fast. This meal isn't just another bite of food. It's a powerful biological signal that sets the tone for the next 24 hours. Done right, it can restart your metabolism, preserve your muscle, and accelerate fat loss. Done wrong, and it can cancel out all the benefits of fasting in minutes. Think about the phrase, break your fast. We often say it without thinking, but let's slow down and consider what it really means. After fasting, your body is in a state of metabolic flexibility. Your insulin levels are at their lowest. Your cells are clean and receptive. This is a golden moment. Your body is incredibly sensitive to whatever you feed it. That first bite, it's not just food, it's instruction. It tells your body what to prioritize. Building or breaking, burning or storing. So what do most people choose to eat? First thing, often it's something that seems light and healthy. A banana, a slice of toast with almond butter, maybe a bowl of oatmeal or some fruit with yogurt. Some may even just sip on coffee with a bit of cream. But here's the problem. These choices, as innocent as they seem, are metabolic misfires when consumed first after fasting, because they're mostly carbs or fat, and neither one sends your body the signal it really needs. Let's break it down. A piece of fruit like a banana is nearly all carbohydrate. Eaten on an empty stomach, it gets digested and absorbed incredibly fast. This leads to a rapid spike in blood sugar, and right behind it, a big release of insulin. And as we've already learned, insulin is the off switch for fat burning. You've just spent hours priming your body to burn fat, and one small piece of fruit hits the brakes on that entire process. Now let's look at coffee with cream or almond butter. These are mostly fats. While they don't cause as much of an insulin spike, they do tell your body, don't worry, we've got energy from food, no need to tap into fat stores. Again, you miss the chance to extend your body's natural fat burning state. But even more critical than fat or carbs is what's missing from these meals: leucine. Leucine is a special amino acid, one of the essential 9. Which means your body can't make it on its own, you have to get it from food. But leucine does something unique. It acts like a biological foreman at a construction site. After fasting, when your body's breaking things down, leucine steps in and gives the order to rebuild. It flips on a powerful repair switch in your cells called mTOR short for mammalian target of rapamycin. This is the switch that triggers muscle protein synthesis. In simpler terms, mTOR tells your body, stop breaking down muscle, start building it back up. But here's the kicker. If you don't consume enough leucine in that first post-fast meal, this switch stays off. You could eat protein later in the day, but by then, the window has passed. You've already missed the opportunity to halt muscle loss and begin repair. And for older adults, this window is even more important. As we age, our bodies become less responsive to these anabolic signals. It's called anabolic resistance. What used to be enough protein at 30 now barely moves the needle at 60. That's why getting this right, getting it precise, is everything. So what exactly is the right amount of protein to flip that switch to overcome anabolic resistance, activate muscle repair, and reignite your metabolism? The research is clear. Older adults need about 30 to 40 grams of high-quality, complete protein in that first post-fast meal to trigger a meaningful muscle-building response. This isn't a guess, it's what the science consistently shows. And when you get this amount right, you activate what's called nutrient partitioning. That means your body takes the protein and sends it to the right place, your muscles, your organs, your immune system, rather than converting it into energy or storing it as fat. But here's where a lot of people hesitate. They've heard for years that too much protein is bad for your kidneys. So let's clear this up once and for all. That myth, while widespread, is not backed by evidence for the vast majority of healthy people. If you already have advanced kidney disease, yes, your protein intake should be carefully managed by your doctor, but for everyone else, including older adults in good health, protein is not only safe, it's essential. In fact, studies suggest that eating more high-quality protein actually helps protect your organs, including your kidneys, by supporting tissue repair and preventing muscle wasting. What does harm the kidneys? Chronic dehydration, poor quality, highly processed protein powders full of additives, and ignoring underlying health conditions. But clean, whole food protein, combined with proper hydration, supports your body, it doesn't stress it. Avoiding protein out of fear is one of the fastest ways to accelerate aging, weaken your bones, and sabotage your metabolism. So now that we've cleared up the confusion, let's bring everything together. It's time to reveal the simple but powerful strategy that ties all this science into one elegant solution, and it all comes down to a single principle. Eat protein first. This is what I call the golden rule. When you break your fast, your first move should be to consume a complete, high-quality protein source before eating any significant fats or carbohydrate. And this needs to happen within 60 minutes of ending your fast. No exception. Let me repeat that, because it's the most important part of everything we've covered. Eat protein first, not second, not mixed in with carbs and fat. First. Why does this matter so much? Because starting your eating window with protein on an empty stomach sets off a powerful hormonal chain reaction. As the protein digests, your gut releases hormones like cholecystokinin, CCK, and peptide, AY. These are natural appetite regulators. They signal to your brain, we're full, we're satisfied. This naturally helps reduce cravings and prevents overeating without willpower or counting calories. But that's not all. When protein enters your system first, it slows the digestion of anything you eat afterward. So if you follow your protein with a bit of fruit or vegetables, the sugars are absorbed more slowly, creating a smooth and steady blood sugar curve. No spike, no crash, and most importantly, no surge in insulin that keeps you in fat-burning mode even after you start eating. Your metabolism doesn't slam on the brakes, it keeps humming along, powered by your own stored fat. To bring this to life, imagine two people breaking a 16-hour fast with the exact same meal, Greek yogurt, berries, and nuts. Person A eats them all together. The sugar from the berries hits their bloodstream quickly, causing a moderate insulin spike that shuts down fat burning. But person B starts with the Greek yogurt alone. They wait just 5 to 10 minutes, then eat the berries and nuts. In their body, digestion is slower, insulin stays low, satiety kicks in early, and fat burning continues for hours. Same food, different sequence, radically different outcome. Now, imagine what that simple change, just switching the order of your meal, could mean for your long-term health. Especially if you're over 60, this strategy isn't just helpful, it's critical. By starting every eating window with 30 to 40 grams of high-quality protein, you're sending your body a clear and consistent signal: protect muscle, stay strong, keep burning fat. You're actively fighting sarcopenia, maintaining balance and strength, and safeguarding your independence. And those benefits ripple out into every part of your life. Better balance means fewer falls. More muscle means better posture, stronger bones, and easier movement. A stable metabolism means you can enjoy a wider variety of foods without gaining weight. This isn't a weight loss hack, it's a blueprint for longevity. But let's take it one step further and put this into practice. Because knowledge is only potential power, action is where real transformation begins. Here's how to make this your new daily habit. Right after breaking your fast with that protein first meal, incorporate these 2 minutes of light movement. Nothing intense, just a walk around your block, a few squats at your kitchen counter, or some resistance band exercises in your living room. That light movement activates your muscles and makes them incredibly receptive to the nutrients you just ate. It opens the door literally and helps shuttle the amino acids straight into your muscle cells for repair and growth. This isn't about burning more calories. It's about directing your nutrition exactly where it needs to go. Now, let's talk about the best protein options for your first meal. Quality matters just as much as quantity. You want complete proteins that are rich in leucine, easy to digest, and low in inflammatory compounds. Some of the best choices include pasture-raised eggs. 3 to 4 can get you close to your 30 gram target. Wild-caught fatty fish like salmon or mackerel, which give you protein and anti-inflammatory omega-3 segundo. Plain Greek yogurt or skyr, look for full-fat versions with no added sugars. They're packed with casein, a slow-digesting protein that keeps you full longer. If you prefer a shake, go for a clean whey protein isolate one, without artificial sweeteners or fillers. And if you're plant-based, it's all about smart combinations. lentils with quinoa, beans with brown rice, or a blend of pea and rice protein powder to ensure a full amino acid profile. But even the best foods can backfire if you fall into a few common traps. Mistake number 1, backloading your protein. Many people barely eat protein all day and then consume a huge amount at dinner. Problem is, your body's ability to use that protein for muscle building is strongest earlier in the day. At night, your anabolic sensitivity is lower and excess protein is more likely to be wasted or stored. Spread your intake more evenly with that crucial front loading at breakfast. Mistake number 2, relying on dirty protein. Watch out for processed protein bars and shakes. Many are filled with sugars, syrups, chemicals, and low-quality fats. Always check the label. If you can't pronounce the ingredients, don't eat it. Whole foods should be your first choice. Mistake number 3, neglecting hydration. Protein metabolism demands water. Your kidneys need it to filter waste, and your body needs it for digestion and nutrient absorption. Without enough water, even the best protein plan puts unnecessary strain on your system. Now, let's boil all of this down into something simple, something you can remember and follow every day. First, the golden rules. Eat protein first. Do it within 60 minutes of breaking your fast. Hit 30 to 40 grams from a clean, complete source. Add light movement after that first meal. And stay hydrated throughout the day. Then, the don'ts. Don't break your fast with carbs or fats. Don't rely on dirty protein. Don't save all your protein for dinner. And above all, don't give up just because your results stalled. Your strategy wasn't broken. It was just incomplete. Now you have the missing piece. You've just learned how to take control from the inside out. This isn't about cutting more, fasting longer, or working harder. It's about working smarter. You now have the tools to make fasting and keto sustainable, safe, and deeply effective. This isn't just how you lose weight, it's how you protect your strength, your energy, and your health for years to come. So here's my challenge to you. For the next 7 days, commit to starting your eating window with 1 protein-first meal. Just 1. Give it a real try. See how your body responds. See how you feel. That's how real change begins, with a small, intentional step. If this video inspired you, please hit that like button. It helps more people discover this message. Share it with someone you care about, because this kind of health insight should be shared. And of course, subscribe to the Better Health Advice channel so we can keep learning and growing together. Finally, I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Tell me where you're watching from and how old you are. Your story matters, your progress matters, and your presence here inspires others more than you know.